Hey guys, it's me again, and I know you've had to wait a long time for this video. I've tried to study and study and study just to make sure that I got the right video for you guys. Plus, at the same time, notice this really great looking picture here. That's right, new camera. And another thing I was holding off for was this new camera. And it's smaller, but hey, we'll take care of that in the man vlog. Right now, it's time for the Unknown Critic double feature special. We're talking Dollman and Dollman versus Demonic Toys. And welcome back, guys. Hope everybody's doing fine. Are you guys ready for a stinker? Actually, two stinkers. First off, let's start out with the company that made these. And unless you were like me and grew up in the 90s, you probably don't know who Full Moon is. Full Moon was a direct-to-video release company that had stuff such as Puppet Master and Trancers and stuff like that. Oh, the Subspecies films, which were vampire movies. If you've never seen those are kind of good. The point being is that Full Moon was like the Roger Corman of film companies. Full Moon could pound out 6 movies in 2 months. And a lot of times, the problem with Full Moon movies is that they're a little short. They only run about an hour, maybe an hour 10, maybe an hour 15 if you're lucky. So a lot of times you feel rushed through them, and that's because they don't try to put too much of the story into it. A lot of times it's like, here's a little bit of the story, let's get to the action. And that's how it kind of goes with Dollman. Let's run down Dollman. We'll talk about the sequel here in a minute. Dollman, a guy named Tom Thomerson is the actor, who actually played Jack Death in Trancers, another Full Moon picture. That character and the character of Brick Bardo, which is the cop character in this movie, actually are the same exact character. There's no way they're different. He just played the same exact cookie-cutter image of himself. In Dollman, he's a cop on another planet, and he's suspended because apparently he's very violent. Basically, he's Dirty Harry. He's Dirty Harry. He's a cookie-cutter of Dirty Harry. And anyway, he chases some guy that's a criminal that's only a head now, because he's blown away the rest of his body parts. He chases him through space, ends up going through a rift in some sort of dimensional thing where he gets transported to here, to Earth. But the difference is on his home planet, for every foot we are tall, they're 2 inches. So if you're 6 foot tall, that means he's 12 inches tall. And so thus the name Dollman. Okay, now we got that out of the way. The rest of the movie is just blindless. It's violence. It's violence and him being a short person or a tiny person. Lots of midget jokes. Apparently the handgun he uses, which is the same handgun that they had in Death Wish, by the way. So Charles Bronson, way better actor than this guy. The point of the movie is he helps a young woman and her son by defending them against this gang who is trying to take over the area and sell dope to everybody and all this other stuff. What it comes down to is he ends up blowing away the bad guys. 12 inches tall, kills everybody. And there's a dimensional bomb or something. It's really hard to tell you because there's not really much of a plot other than him going around shooting people. And if you want something just to watch, 2 or 3 folks, friends sitting around, you want to relive something, if you're my age, you want to relive something that came out probably mid-90s, well actually early 90s, probably 91, 92, this would be great, but just let me tell you something, it's not what you're going to write home about. Now, let's talk about Dollman versus Demonic Toys, which is, I refer to it as Dollman 2 all the time, and I'm wrong. It's Dollman versus Demonic Toys. Let's get that straight, okay? What this feels like is this feels like a movie where they tried to take 3 different franchises that were flopping, that were just failing all over the place, and they tried to make them into one coherent unit, which from there they could use as a stepping stone to make more films. So what you've got is you've got Brick from Dollman, you've got the Demonic Toys from Demonic Toys, and then you have Ginger from Bad Channels. Quick rundown of this. Bardo wants to meet Ginger because they're both shrunk. We'll discuss that. When they do wind up together, they tell each other their story, and they get approached by the cop lady from Demonic Toys, who wants them to help her take out the toys and stop the evil master demon thing, which you would know if you'd ever watched Demonic Toys. Anyway, So they go to the warehouse, and basically Bardo and Ginger fight off the demonic toys, which in this one they decided, I guess, to not only have the puppets, but they made full-size mock-ups so that they could interact with the actors, which was kind of okay. But the problem with this movie is it's full of absolute just mistakes. The one that notably jumped out at me when I was watching it at 2 o'clock in the morning was that Rick actually calls the love interest in the first movie, whose name is Deborah, I believe, he calls her Maria. But Maria was a different character altogether in the first film. On top of that, Ginger's supposed to have been shrunk down in bad channels by these aliens who wanted to take her and her other girlfriends and take them off the planet. Supposedly everybody gets out except Ginger, that's why she's so small. But if you ever watch Bad Channels, and please don't, you would know that Ginger gets out. It's Bunny who's kept shrunk and still small. And it just goes on from there. Rick needs a weapon, and he has nothing around him because he's lost his gun. Was he pick up a hockey stick? But it's the same size he is. Now you can argue and say, okay, Scotty, that was a toy hockey stick for something, whatever. It just doesn't make any sense. Ginger's handcuffed to a bed at one point, and after Rick blows away Baby Oopsie Daisy, I can't believe I just said that, suddenly she's unhandcuffed, but there's no why to it. All in all, Dollman and any of the films that I've mentioned in this romp they're all Full Moon, they're all something I had to get just because it was something from when I was younger and stuff, but God, they're bad. They're so bad right now, the wifey's watching them to see how bad they are. So send her your prayers. Anyway, guys, it's just, don't bother with it. If you want to look it up on Netflix, I know you are, trust me. Yeah, I know you're looking at it on Netflix right now while you're listening to me talk. But it's not something I would go tell somebody to buy. If you have a chance to rent these, you probably have to get them on VHS. They were straight to VHS releases. You can buy a 3-pack, the way I bought it, that has Demonic Toys, Dollman, and Dollman versus Demonic Toys, all for around $10 at your local retail store. Okay, other than that, that's your double feature stinker of the week, Dollman and Dollman versus Demonic Toys. I got lucky today, and I got some other stuff, which we'll talk about in the Man Vlog. But thank you guys for all your support. Thanks for all your questions, all your comments, all the people that emailed me and wanted to know on Facebook why I hadn't been making videos. It's just that time of the year. It's so hot right now. I mean, you can tell I just got out of the shower not too long ago. We're doing anything we can to keep cool, and it's just hard to be creative when you're burning up. And on that note, I'm the Unknown Critic. Be seeing you.